I've been doing this 23 years. That's the craziest thing I've ever heard right now. We hope we hear you over there too, our brothers and sisters across the street. We love you. Hey, I want to say something to all of you to begin with. I just want to say God bless you. I just want to say God bless you. I came here today because I love this company. This is my home. This is where my heart is. This is where all the great things in my life have come from, is WFG, with this family right here. So it's my honor to get a chance to close this out. Has this not been an absolutely incredible experience? Amazing. I just want to thank all of the speakers. You just all brought your A game. I want to thank the home office. I want to thank my brother, Tim Story, for delivering today. Give Tim a round of applause. Because let me say something to you. I'm going to talk 95 today. I came to talk to you. And I just pray, Lord, you give me the right words today for these beautiful people. I love you. And I want people say all the time, hey, you know me really well. You would know I'm not a great speaker. You would know that some crazy things happen with God sometimes when he puts me on stage. I love the Lord, and I'm so praying today to give me the right words for you. Let me ask you a question. Have you been getting a sense the last couple days that maybe life has something better in store for you? Have you been getting that feeling, like kind of those butterflies in your stomach? You know what I'm talking about, right? Those butterfly feelings. All great things in life come right after the butterflies, by the way. And if you're not getting those feelings, you better find them in the next 40 minutes. Let me tell you something. Those of you that said, yes, your life can be better. You can be happier. And I know you said, listen to me. The same life into you, when he breathed life into you, he breathed a dream into your soul. And when I say God, that's not, you listen, when I say God throughout this talk, that's how you see God. I know I see God. You're the God. Your way to talk about this. Your version. But let me say to you right now, he breathed a dream into your soul. In fact, there'd be no other reason for you to be born. There's no other reason for you to be born. When you're a little boy, little girl, you have this sense about you, like, you know what? My life's supposed to be special. I want to do something great. And then from the first time somebody in school bullied you, or criticized you, or you made a mistake, or your parents said, no, don't do that, no. We start moving further and further away from God, from our dream. But you were born, and by the way, your dream isn't even what you think it is. A dream is a feeling. It's not a jet, or a house, or an amount of money. It's how you think those things will make you feel. A dream is a feeling. And by the way, most of those dreams are show up looking completely different than you expect them to. The person you're married to is probably not an idea dreamed of when you were a kid. I doubt when you were 6 years old you went, I want to be in this thing where we recruit people and sell life insurance. That was your dream. Am I right? Dreams show up in different ways because it's not what they look like or what they are, because you're not unhappy right now because of what you don't have in your life. You're not unhappy because you don't have a car. The reason you're unhappy is the feelings in your life do not match up to what your dream is inside, to what you know you can feel like. And here's the irony of it. I just want to get you to get this. God sowed that dream into your heart for one reason, a God-sized dream. I'm talking about the big one. Where you're strong, where you're faithful, where you're confident, where you're contributing, where you feel like you're on path to your destiny. He sowed that dream into your heart to draw you closer to him. I just want you to understand that when you move away from your dream, when you quit this, if you do, you are not just quitting this, you are quitting getting closer to the man or woman you were born to be, and ultimately closer to God when you move away from chasing your dream. I want you to get it. I want you to understand what's on the line here. Just your dadgum destiny, just your family's future for generations is on the line here. Because let me tell you why. God knows for you to achieve your biggest dreams, you will inevitably come to the conclusion that you need him. He will draw you closer to him by you chasing the dream. Because you will arrive at a point when you're chasing your dream where what you know is not enough. How well trained you are is not enough, man. And if you're smart, you'll come to the conclusion, I don't quit. I go to my faith. I go to my strength. I persevere. I move forward. I rise higher. That's the conclusion you come to. And you'll have to forgive me today if I'm fired up, but it's just 30,000 of my favorite freaking people in the world. And I know this company company. I know how special we are. You step back and look at what a miracle it is you're here. What a miracle it is this company exists. We're a company of destiny. Every time we've hit a critical moment, and we're at one right now, by the way, we always find a way to go to the next level. We always rise higher. Don't quit. I don't like when they say, stand up if this is your first convention. I don't like that crap, because I don't think about that. I think about, where were these precious souls that were so excited last year? What happened to my beautiful brothers and sisters? Along the way, like most people, they suffer from average. Average is like this injection of anesthetic into your life. It numbs you. Asphyxiation, and you eventually succumb to it. You just go back to being average and ordinary. So you gotta rely on your He only gives us the exact, each of us has the exact amount of time every day. We get 86,400 seconds every day. And you can pray all day, but if you don't plant the seeds, there's no harvest. So listen to me. How you use those 86,400 seconds needs to change. You gotta do something about you. This isn't all rah-rah and hype and bubblegum and dreams and rainbows. You gotta fix it and start do something about you. Because listen to me, winners win and losers lose. And if you got a culture in your life, some of you say to me, you don't know how messed up my life is, man. The disarray, it's a mess. Listen to me, your mess does not disqualify you from making your dream come true. You are not disqualified because your life's a mess. In fact, maybe it's supposed to be right now. You're supposed to do something great with your life, but you either build a culture of winning in your life, where you keep the promises you make to yourself, and you get small win after small win after small win, or you build a culture in your life of blaming other people. You're either going to be a victim or a victor, not both. And I want to get one thing straight with you, by the way. I like Trans-America. We are not a gosh darn Trans-America company. We're a transformation company. That's what we are. Stop talking so dadgum much about sophisticated, impressive things and start to talk to people's dreams and their hearts and how we transform their lives. You'll find folks a whole lot less skeptical than when you just keep trying to impress them with how special we are. Let's be real. I'm a complete goofball, so are you. But when you start talking to people's hearts and their dreams and their souls, you can enroll someone who won't quit here. But if you play to their motives, motives are money, cars, houses. That's motivation. You play to someone's motives. But if you inspire, the root of inspire is to be in spirit. Be inspirational, not motivational. In spirit of the things that really matter to those people. Does that make sense? Everybody say yes. Yes. So, people say time is precious. I don't think you understand how precious it is. The average person now, I know that under your video, let me just give you the facts. The average person lives 78 years. 78. By the way, men are catching up to women because we're driving y'all so friggin' crazy, you're dying sooner than we used to. It's true. But actually, you don't get 78 years, man. You don't get 78. Because you spend 28 of those years asleep. Literally, the average person. By the way, they also say of those 28 years, the average human being who's distraught and empty, without a dream, worried, stressed, knowing they're not on path to getting closer to God, to chasing their dream, to becoming who they were born to be, all that crap, they spend 11 hours of those 28 up at night worrying. That mix in work, that's 10 and a half hours, sitting in traffic, basic chores, child care, stuff like that. Let me tell you what it leaves you. The average person who lives a full life will have 8 years of living. 8 years, that's what you get. And what matters in those 8 years are those moments where you do get the butterflies. Every great moment in your life came right after the butterflies. High wedding day, the day your kids were born. Did you get that little tickle? You know the tickle, yes or no? You know what I'm talking about? That's God going, hello, you're about to do something special. You should be getting them right now. How many of you are getting them right now? That means you belong here. That means you belong. Those bizarre feelings your entire life with those butterflies. You catch sometimes you're like, what? You ever get them like that? Because it didn't come from you. It's in going, right thing. Chase it. When we get older, we avoid the butterflies. When we were a kid, we ran towards it. When we get older, we run away from things that make us uncomfortable. You will be punished for being comfortable almost always in your life. You'll be punished for comfort. You'll be rewarded for chasing uncomfortable, uncertain things. In fact, the quality of your life most of the time is going to be made up by how much uncertainty you can deal with at any given time. Ask any person in this room, you know a leader in this room was not in their game anymore? They tried to get really comfortable, they got comfortable, and now they're miserable and don't work anymore. They were far happier when they were broke, chasing it in the base shop. Far happier when they're trying to get wealthy, when they got wealthy, because now they're comfortable. Comfort is a formula. Something just go off? Is my heart going off then? Okay. It's my pacemaker, sorry. They were far happier when they were in the chase. And so, life's going to come down to what you do at the same exact time everybody else has gotten in their life. Does that make sense to you? Yes or no? So let me say something to you. Why do most people not win then? I think about this all the time. Like, if they all know this, we got this dream, we got the butterflies, we got the company, why do so many people not win? I honestly believe that you get out of life what you believe you deserve. 5 years from now, you are going to get out of this life exactly what you believe you deserve to get. And that is also true of now. So if you don't do something about changing what you think you are worth, you could be a WFG or you could be a school teacher delivering garden, it doesn't matter. You will still get the same results out of life based on what you deserve. What we've been trying to do with this monkey show the last 3 days is parade a bunch of people up here who convince you deserve it and can do it too. That's what we're trying to get across. You got to drop this idea that you can't. You got to stop worrying about what everybody thinks about you. Because listen to me, if you spend your life worrying about what everybody thinks about you, let me make you a guarantee. Nobody will think about you after you're dead. You will be never thought of again. You'll spend your entire life. I should get a bigger applause than that. That was pretty good. You gotta stop trying to just survive this life. You gotta rise higher. You gotta want to excel. You gotta go for it. You gotta have some belief. The reason people don't win is fear. Fear is this most insidious, terrible disease in mankind. In fact, I believe it causes most other diseases. It pushes you further away from your dream, further away from God. It ages you. It worries you. It creates despair in your life. See, if you continue to give into your fears, you're going to continue to live an average, ordinary life, and you weren't born for that. Let me tell you something. The French have this amazing saying that I love. When we miss people in the U.S., we say, I miss you. The French don't say that. It's beautiful what they say. They say, you're missing from me. Isn't that sweet? I say that to somebody all the time. You're missing from me. Like a piece of them is missing. And we don't know it right now, but there are millions of people around the world right now that feel like something is missing from them. And we have it. It's called hope. It's called an opportunity. It's called a dream. There was a mother that got up this morning somewhere in this country or in Canada. She's a single mom. She's got 2 little girls. And she dropped them off at daycare, and she got in her car, and she's sad. And she's empty. And she's driving to a place where she knows there's no hope. There's no future. She's moved so far away from her dream. She goes to church every Sunday and prays and prays and prays. But she's not connecting to God because she's not chasing anything. She's not after her dream. She reads the scripture. She does what she does. But it doesn't fill her heart because she's not embodying it in her life. And she looks around work and she knows where her future is. She knows where she's not going to go. What she's not going to see. Who she's not going to become. What's not going to happen in her life. And she lives every day with emptiness and turmoil. And she doesn't know it yet. But you're missing from her. You are missing from her. The power of WFG is when you get out of yourself and you begin to know what we could do for that other person, to give them a dream, to give them a shot, to give them hope, is a beautiful gift that you have here. And I want you to fall in love with that again. When we leave here today, you should be all over your telephone. And some of these people are going to reject you. They're going to think you're crazy. You got dream stealers all over your life. Just get ready. You're going to have haters forever. I have them. Heck, half of them are probably in our company. Right? I don't care. I'm going to live and win. You're either being talked about, or you talk about others. I've decided to live my life having everybody talk about me. I don't got time to worry about what they think, and neither do you. Amen? Yes or no?
Amen.
So, I probably should get into some of my notes, right? See, this job she has is a bribe that pays her just enough to give up on her dream and to forget about it. They bribed her, and she bought the bribe because she's got to provide for her family. She has no future. It erodes her sense of self-esteem. I say her dream and your dream is worth fighting. Yes or no? What's the benefit, by the way, of fear and not chasing your dream? What's the benefit? There is no benefit. I think sometimes we think, well, I won't die. Like, is it going to protect you from dying? No, you can't get out of this alive. You can't get out of this life alive, man. It will protect you from, it'll hinder you from living, though. That's what fear will do. So I want to challenge you to be living again. See, there's two lanes in life. There's two. There's the cool lane, where you kind of party, you pretend everything's cool. That's about where everybody is in this lane. They're cool, they kind of chill on the weekend, they do their thing, they kind of fake they're happy. But if you really look at them close, they're not happy. You find me a human being who was given a blessing in their life and has a purpose and isn't chasing it, and I will find you an unhappy human being. You show me somebody whose their circumstances may be a mess. Things in their life may be in disarray. People hating on them, people betraying them. They're hurting, but they got hope. They got a dream. They're chasing something. I'll take their life. Lane number two is chasing down the dream lane. It's wide freaking open. And I've gotten to know a lot of these dream chasers just for doing my show. And let me tell you, these people, J-Lo works her ass off. Let me just tell you, the Bella twins work their butt off. Tim Story grinds all the daggone time. Dominic Cruz grinds all the time. The Rock grinds all the time. This is a hard-working, not so cool, after it, not beautiful lane to run life in. You got to accept, if you're in the other lane, you got to change lanes now. You got to say, I'm going to get after it like I've never gotten after it before. I'm going to do something about me. Stop making excuses. Stop pointing at other people. Listen, your upline's probably a dummy. They're probably not going to help you. You probably aren't going to get good training. You probably don't know what you're doing. Maybe they're unethical. So what? Win anyway. I'll give you every single one of your excuses. I can't win because I'm a woman or a man or black or white or Asian. I got it. Win anyway. I'll give you all your excuses. Because when you're dead, you just died with your excuses. Win anyway. Yes or no? See, in every family, see, you look at successful families like these people on my show, or some of the people you see up here, here's what you need to understand. In every family that you see that's successful, at one time they weren't. They weren't successful. They were average and ordinary, or poor, or screwed up. They were messed up, and then the one arrived. The one showed up. The one person in every family that changes that family tree forever. And it's, guess who it is? It's you. That's why you're here. That's why you're in this room. By definition, it's you. By the way, your family, just like mine, didn't have the slightest clue that it was me. They'll tell you later we always knew, blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, I had all the interventions you've heard about. You're the one. You're the one that rises up and said, listen, I don't friggin' like the way the world treats my family. I'm tired of the world pushing my family around. I'm going to rise up, and it's not going to happen because you like it, dream it, or even pray for it, even though you must do all of those things. It's going to give you what you'll fight for. What you will fight for, because you're going to get knocked down. You know how often you get knocked down? That ought to be a good indication to you you're in a fight. Get up, swing back, be bold, expect the hits. The separator is the one in every family. I'm the one in mine. Olsen's the one in his. Falling's the one in his. The question is, are you the one? Because not everybody in your family knows it. Who thinks they're the one? Say yes. You are the one. I'll tell you straight up, you're the one. I'm fired up. Holy crap, am I fired up? So, what do most people do to hide from their dreams? What do? I'll tell you what they do. Men do especially. They become fans of other things and other people. You ever meet these fans? Some of you dudes are in here. I'm going to call you out right now. You're never going to do it again. How many of you have ever met another grown man who wears the uniform of a professional sports team? You ever met these dudes? How many of you know somebody like that in your family? Maybe right in this room. They wear literally a jersey with another man's name on the back of it. Kobe! LeBron! Can you imagine Crosby? Can you imagine a grown man that delusional? You ever talk to him? Hey man, we're gonna win this thing Sunday. I'm like, dude, you're not winning shit Sunday. You're not playing. You're not playing. What are you talking about? Trust me right now, Kobe and LeBron are not wearing these red shirts anywhere. They don't wear your uniform and you shouldn't be wearing theirs. It's hilarious to me. Excuse my language, by the way. And we're going to win Sunday. You're so broke, you don't even go to the game, man. You watch it on TV.
Right.
We won. And literally it dictates how happy or sad they are. They remove themselves so far from their own lives, they begin to root for total strangers on a television. Except it's worse than that, because you're not even really rooting for the people, because nobody stays on the same team anymore. So you're really rooting for, like, laundry. You cheer for clothing. Because I promise you, the people in Miami love LeBron until he changed his laundry. Now he's wearing the wrong laundry, so I no longer like him anymore. He's no longer on my team because our laundry is different. I just want you to think about that for a minute. Is that the most insane thing you've ever heard in your life? But millions, we're in a fan culture. People say, how do you get all these great people on your show? Because I'm not a fan, I'm their friend. I don't wear their uniform, I'm their friend. I'm engaged in my life, and they like that a lot. I'm winning in my life, and I like they're winning in their life, and then we'll talk about it. Okay? Stop being a fan. Call people out who do it. They are literally cheering for laundry. What a waste of life. Yes or no? Cheer for your own life, because speaking of fans, by the way, your children are going to have heroes. See, you ever go to your kids' sports games or a recital at Christmas time or something? When you go, there's hundreds of kids there sometimes, right? Who do you see? You see yours. You kind of see the other ones. Like the one kid who's like not singing, you kind of notice him. But the rest of them, you're looking at your kid the whole time, aren't you? Is that what you're doing? The whole time. You can't take your eyes off them because they're yours. I got news for you. Your kids are doing that with you. They don't see everybody else. They see daddy. They see mama. And at some point in their life, man, hey, at some point in their life, they're going to figure out who you are. We all got to an age where we figured out who our mom and dad was. We still loved them, but we figured out who they were in the world, what they were made of, what they achieved, whether they were a dream chaser, whether they were rising higher, whether they were respected, whether they had contributed. We figured it out, didn't we? Your kids are going to figure it out, except it's even more important because if they don't do good in a game, you love on them and they get better. But if you're not winning, you teach them what life is possible. You teach them where their future is. You give them a view of the world. So right now, you got to ask yourself, how good a job are you doing of making your kids your actual hero if they knew how things really were? If they had a camera on daddy or mama all day in WFG, what would they see you doing all day? Because what I see a lot of people do in WFG is they're 80-20. They're 80% in, 20% doing some other stuff. They got a legal deal, they are bowling or some other focus. They're not obsessed. Your obsessions become your possessions. But you can't do anything great in life if you're 80-20. You're kind of in, you're kind of not. If you're an 80-20 human being, by definition, you're in the 80. You are average. You got to get fully immersed in this. You got to go fully in, fully after it. I love the theory we have of, hey man, make sure your part-time income passes your full-time income, save a bunch of money, and then full-time. Look, that happens like never. It becomes a point in your life where you call a shot. And you go for it. Now you gotta be reasonable, you gotta be smart, don't do anything stupid, don't put your family in jeopardy. But at one point you gotta go into the uncertain. At one point it better give you butterflies. In fact, if going full predictable for you, totally easy to do with no butterflies, you're probably gonna fail. You're probably gonna fail. There should be some anticipation, there should be some awkwardness about it. I hope you all hear me on that, yes or no? You wanna know if you can get excited? See, I think human beings can become experts at anything if they get total immersion in it. My dad has cancer. I knew nothing about cancer 2 years ago. I think I know more than half the dudes at MD Anderson now. I know a lot about liposarcoma. I'm not a doctor, but it became incredibly important to me. I read on it, asked questions, met with people, and I consider myself, I certainly can't do surgery, I can't cure cancer, but I know a whole lot about it when I didn't 2 years ago because it became so important to me. If WFG is that important to you, and you fully immerse 100%, not 80-20, but all the way in, you can become an expert at this in a very short period of time, just like you could in any other topic. See, man, I got into my notes, sorry. I can't keep going. Let me show you something. Love you, man. Let me show you up here. Can we go to PowerPoint? I want to show you something, and it's to illustrate a point to you. That's one of my homes. It's a beautiful home. I show that to tell you that I do this in the dream. want to make it's one of the more beautiful homes you've seen in your life. I want you to take note of the rocks in the front of it. Just take a look at the rocks. That's it at night. You see the rocks there? It's literally a beautiful home. And that home's a dream of mine for about 8 years. I drive on this lake and I tell my family, buy that land someday. I had a vision for what the house would look like. And people told me I was crazy. The guy who owned the land is now a very good friend of mine. Never wanted to sell it, but I kept coming around. I kept knocking on his door. I kept knocking on his door. I kept knocking. Hey, I'm not going to stop. But when you're ready, I'm the guy. And then finally, I caught him in a weak moment. And he basically made a ridiculous offer to me. And I did it anyway. And I wrote a check for stuff that made me very uncomfortable at the time. And I was all excited about my dream. Everybody was telling me not to do it. Does this sound familiar to you or not? But it was a dream that I had. And then I bought the land. I was all fired up about it. I brought the architect and the construction people out there, and they're like, oh boy. This is granite everywhere. This is going to be a whole lot harder than you thought. This whole hill's built on rock, and the problem is, in the middle of the hill you bought are natural springs. And the water flows off the top of the hill, so you can't build anywhere near where you wanted to put this house. I think this land could be worthless. You think of a shock? See, what happens is when you start chasing a dream, typically you go lower before you go higher. And so they said, well, what we have to do is we have to blow this place up. So they started taking jackhammers out there, 100 grand, 200 grand, 300 grand, $3,000 an hour. These guys jackhammer and blow apart what was going to be my dream. Then that didn't work. They came, we got to blow it up, we got to dynamite it. Then they had to go get permission for everything, dynamited the whole property, boom. And it looked literally like Beirut, it looked like literally like a bomb was dropped on my property. Rock everywhere, a complete mess, running springs through the property. And I'd spent $1 million. Everyone's laughing at me. Friends of mine were laughing, talking bad about me. Does this sound familiar? And I brought the architect out one day. His name's Eric, and he goes, Eddie, this is all going to be okay, man. I see the vision. I know we're going to build it. This thing's going to be a masterpiece, brother. It's going to be a masterpiece. Then it rained, it flooded the whole property. It was just a mess. I was sitting out there one day. I honestly sat there alone. I thought, I can't tell my family how bad I screwed this up. If they knew how bad things were right after I talked all this smack about this big dream I had. Does any of this sound familiar?
Yeah.
And Eric said, I see the masterpiece, man. It's okay. And he goes, hey, it's going to be a beautiful, we're just going to have to build the foundation deeper. See, you need to enroll your architect in the building of this thing. Because what he's doing with you right now, the bigger the building, the deeper the foundation has to be. You don't see the foundation when people build something in their life. You need to enroll him. He sees you and your life as the masterpiece when he breathes life into you. He sees the masterpiece that is you. And typically once you start going to work on your masterpiece, it becomes a complete mess everywhere. And that's when most people quit, because life gets worse. Sometimes when God fills your dream of the heart, he's going to take you lower before he takes you higher. And that's when most people give up. Listen to me. That's when most people give up, when everyone's pointing at how messy it is. And it's a zoo. And you think, man, I've made a huge mistake here. I had all these big dreams. It looks nothing like what I pictured. And then piece by piece, they started selling me on the whole property. What I want you to see are the rocks. Because guess what? That very mess, go back guys, that very mess, those rocks, are what now hold my property up. What I didn't know the whole time is he was blowing up all that granite, blowing up all those rocks. That is the granite that we blew up. All those rocks you see right there, all of them that you see, he used to literally build and hold up the property. It's literally what protects my house now from the lake. Are the rocks we blew up, is the mess. The Lord literally took the mess that I had created and used the very mess I had screwed up to protect my house. And that's what I'm doing for you. This protects my home. They're everywhere. You come to my property first thing, but says, what the hell? Where'd you get all these rocks? I said, we blew them all up. They were here from the start. There's a deep foundation there. And by the way, all those running springs are now beautiful waterfalls going right down the side of my house. He used those springs to make it even more beautiful. But what I did is I stayed with the vision. I stayed believing in the masterpiece. I stayed focused on it. Now nobody talks smack about that house. Now nobody tells me I was crazy. How'd you do it? How'd you do it? I know how I did it. I'm going to tell you how I did it. I know. I'm going to tell you how I did it. Let me show you something. I got a book that's coming out next week. We put it up there, guys. It's called Max Out Your Life. And it's 1995. It's 100 pages. And here's what I want to thank two women, first of all, just because typically, like in everything in life, women do all the work, right? So 2 women helped me with this book, and I just want to thank. One is Sarah Centrella, who was on my show, we met Sarah. And the second person is Nicole Wendt, who's they literally wrote this book with me. I want to thank both of them. And so it's kind of a masterpiece to me. It's 100 pages of like real strategy. It's going to elevate personal development and self-improvement to a level. Every book I read right now on personal development, self-improvement, it's the same stuff but a different authors. Isn't it? Like have a dream, have a vision, be positive, say it out loud. You ever hear that? Say it out loud. It's the same stuff since Napoleon Hill wrote it 100 years ago. So this will elevate personal development. I get into your brain, how to program your reticular activating system, how to have a morning routine, how habits work, all kinds of stuff. Here's the reason I pointed out to him, I'm not selling you the book. I want my WFG family to have this book, and so I'll buy it for you. Okay? So it's on me, just for you. Okay. So up there.
I know it's gonna be good. I already know.
You gotta, well, you do need to pay the shipping. I'm not shipping it to you. So you in the US, you need to pony up like $2 or something. And so I just want WFG, I want my family to have it. I learned all these things in WFG. I want my family to grow. So up to 50,000 books I'm just gonna give to y'all. So this is between you and me, even though it's on YouTube right now probably. If you go to maxoutbook.com, don't go to maxoutbook.com because that's some lady's book. Go to maxoutbook.com. Don't go to Amazon and buy it. You go there and you put in the promo code WFG, the book's free. Okay? That's my gift to you because I want to help you. You're welcome.
Thank you.
You know what you could do? You know what you could do? That's all right. You know what you could do? You could like write a review on Amazon even though you didn't buy it there. You could subscribe to my podcast and my YouTube and that kind of. You could have your notifications on. I hope that you know what I mean. I hope you like it. So I think.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Okay. You're welcome. So the thing I love about here, since Steve Adams recruited me, Richard Ollie trained for changing my life. I'm going to tell you straight up, right? It's been my sport for 25 years. It'll be my sport for 25 years. It's a hobby to me. I don't have a lot of hobbies. I play golf maybe 7-8 times a year now. Change people's lives. I love the idea of WFG. I love what we're about. I'll give you an example of this. You look at the world today. Look around the world today. Sorry, you know, your white guy, your enemy is like Mexican immigrants. Somehow your life sucks because there's never made any sense to me. Your enemy's a Muslim. The other party, you know, like if your enemy's a white guy, whatever, right? Like they all pick an enemy, and we all like, hey, yeah, my life sucks because of them. No, my life sucks because of them. And you watch the news all day long, and everybody's life sucks, and they blame each other. Yes or no? True? And what I think is that there should be a force for good in the world, a movement that got a whole lot of working right, and Hispanics and Asians, all in one company. One thing is a force for good. So it said enough is enough, because the world is going in the wrong direction. I used to think WFG was a great business. I thought I could make my dream come true. I could make it save a bunch of money, make a good difference across the kitchen table, and we do all of that. And those are the new leaders who say, I'm in, I got it, I'm planting my this is where I stand. This is where I make it or I don't make it. I don't care how the wind blows, how many times I believe in this cause. I believe in the mission. I believe what we stand for. Listen to me. We're a good company. We're a good company. You're a good person. Intentions matter. You deserve to win. We deserve to win. Look around the room and look just for a second. T-Mobile, do it. Look at the beauty in the room. Look at it. People, all different kinds of people, loving each other, high-fiving each other, hugging each other, believing in each other, telling them I love you, I believe in you, I care about you. And we back it up by winning together. It's incredible what we do, and we take it for granted. We sometimes don't step back and look at the beauty of what we have here. This is the single greatest company in the world. There's nothing like it. What's the alternative? You're going to sell some real estate? You're going to go dabble in legal work? What the hell else is someone going to do with it? You just want to own a business? You want to spend your life just making money? Do you know how many rich friends I have that are empty? They're more empty. It's magnified how empty they are once they got a bunch of money because they still haven't found a cause. They still haven't found a dream. They still haven't found a message. This should be your home forever. You should make that decision right now. Listen to me. Listen to me. You should make that decision right now. You should decide that no matter how bad it gets, no matter how much turmoil you're in, this is where you're going to make it. You're going to at your feet. Listen. Do you feel the butterflies? The ladies in the room. Let me say something to you. If you have not heard this from your dude today, or recently, you're beautiful. You're perfect as exactly the way you are. See, I want the men to hear this too, because you guys are too. But let me say something. The more and more I've been at WFG, the more I watch the women in this company, and all you do between your families and your spouses and your business and your finances and still putting yourself together every day and still going out there and facing the rejection and the failure, wondering if you're cheating your kids because you're at a meeting, wondering if you're cheating the business because you're with your kids, trying to figure out how to put it all together. It's amazing what you ladies do in a day. It's amazing. We need to celebrate this more. It's incredible what you do. I'm just blown away. The more I stopped, and I stopped just being in WFG, if you know what I mean, and I start to observe you all, you're incredible. Our leadership team, we're honestly like, we're humbled and honored that you believe in what we're telling you, that you believe in us, that you sacrifice so much to win here, because you're giving up a lot. It's what makes you special. And I'm telling you, as you go down this road of chasing your dream, there's going to be more and more of it. But ladies, you're perfect as you are. You're beautiful as you are. In this moment, the world's sending you these messages. You got to be thinner. You got to be taller. You got to be... Listen to me. You're beautiful as you are. You're perfect in this moment. Man, you're perfect in this moment. You have to accept that. That's when you know you deserve to go to the next moment. If someone's not telling you that enough in your life, and people have hurt you and betrayed you and let you down, I can tell you this as a company. People will let you down, but this company will not let you down. Certain people here will, because they're humans, but I promise you, this company, if you stay here long term, we will not let you down. We will get better. We will evolve as a company. We will continue to believe in you. We will continue to create opportunities for you. We will continue to make this place better. Say amen to that. I promise you.
Amen.
Hear me tell you that. Now, having said that, for you to step into the next moment, there needs to be a better version of you. You need to improve, you need to grow, but you can't step. Here's the irony. Everyone's always trying to change. You must love yourself where you are in order to have the confidence to step into the next space. You can't get to the next space by not loving where you are now, by knowing you're perfect now. I want you to believe that about yourself. I want you to compete. I want you to get after it. There's a chance to compete here, to win, to make a name for your family, to change your family tree forever, to get after it in your life. Like truly get after it. Truly win in every area of your life. We can change the world together. We can change the world together. We can change the world together. This is one of the great forces for good in the world. But what you need, ladies and gentlemen, is you need a little junkyard dog. You need a little rope. Listen to me. I told you earlier, you're going to get what you fight for. See, ladies, you're what, man? That's that junkyard dog. That sounds like a male-dominant, testosterone-filled, masculine tendency. Ladies, let me tell you something. I've seen you at my kids' schools when some other kid messes with your kid. You ever seen the sweetest mother in the world and some little kid takes advantage of their little kid? I've watched mothers literally physically probably abuse other people's children in protecting their own. You know what I'm talking about? Women, yes or no? Someone messes with your kids.
Oh, yeah.
That junkyard dog flips real quick, pretty lady, doesn't it?
I got a kid, but it will.
This pretty, pristine, Christian little girl you are, someone dogs with your kids, you're like, slap the you-know-what out of you.
Yeah.
I've seen it. Am I right or am I wrong? Let me tell you something. The world is slapping your family around. See, when you get all fired up like this, here's what's difficult about WFG. If this was a sport, we're just going, man. right? But the challenge is, that's just 3 hours a week. In WFG, you got to bring that intensity daily when no one's watching. Can you get that good Monday morning driving to full-timers when you got to charge back the week before? See that foundation of your house that's being built, the one that goes low before you go high, the foundation is being built when you have 20 people on your team and you wake up 6 months later and you're back to 2. When you make $9,000 in a month and then you're negative 1,800 3 months later. When you can't pass the stupid securities test. When your best person quits, then you get another best person and they quit. And then they leave, go somewhere else and take your other good people. That's when the foundation is being built. That's when it's built. You're not going to build it the first time. Every time I see someone come in here and start rising up, I literally think, Rich and I used to, I go, let's see what they do when they're slammed to the pavement. Let's see when the first really controversial thing happens. Let's see when they go through the first real adversity. See, the people you see that are winning here, they haven't won once. They've won many, many times. As an entrepreneur, you're going to have false start after false start after false start. You're going to get it going, it's going to go backwards. You're going to get it going, it's going to go backwards. And it's your ability to stay mentally tough and get connected to your faith and chasing your dream that can ride out that time for you. Say yes with me. Say yes. You're going to get tested. See, those butterflies that you get, they're memory makers. See, every great memory of your life was preceded with butterflies. Think about it for a minute. Go back to your life for a minute. All the great moments of your life, by the way, they happen, as Tim say, on average days. But you get these butterflies in your belly, don't you? You can feel them a little bit. You had a butterfly before the birth of your baby. You had a butterfly before you were married. You had a butterfly before maybe this convention. I had butterflies before this speech. All great memories precede the butterflies. Butterflies are memory makers. It's God's way of saying, wake up, here it comes. You must start to chase more butterflies in your life, because there's going to come a time in your life where you have to decide what you're made of. I have this thing I've been saying for a while, but I'm going to amend it with you. I have this amazing belief that at the end of my life, that I'm going to get introduced to the man I was born to be. See, as a Christian, I believe at the end of my life, all I want the Lord to say is, hey, well done, good and faithful servant. But I think part of that, I think, by the way, and I'm a sinner saved by the grace of God only. I just want to make sure you understand that. None of us in this room are perfect. I am probably a bigger mess than you are, okay? I just keep going, man. I just keep believing. I just keep growing. I know I'm a zoo, and that's why I wrote the book, is to help us all be less of a zoo, right? But see, I have this philosophy that at the end of my life, I'm going to get introduced. When he says, well done, good and faithful servant, I think I'm going to turn around and he's going to go, by the way, this is the man you were born to be. These are the places you could have gone, the memories you could have had, the experiences, the contribution, the moments, the butterflies, the achievement. He was on this other lane. I want you to meet this man. And I believe a heavenly passing is meeting that man, and we're identical twins. We are equally matched. I meet this man I was born to be, and he looks at me and I look at him and I go, man, I've been chasing you for 88 years. And he looks back at me and goes, I've been watching you, brother. I'm so proud of you. I know exactly who you are. We are equally yoked. We are equally matched. But I think hell is meeting that person and you're total strangers. And you spend eternity never being that person, never accomplishing it in your life. Always afraid, always cowering back, always quitting, always giving in, always playing it cool, always stepping away from your dream, always forgetting to enroll the architect, always forgetting you're a masterpiece, always forgetting you're perfect as you are. At the end of that life, you'll meet and you're complete strangers. You don't even recognize each other. Which end of the life do you want? If you want the life where you're identical twins, and you've accomplished everything in your life, where you hear all the moments, all the memories, all the special things, you have to make some different decisions before we get out of here. And so I want to talk to you for a second about what I think some of those decisions are. See, time is very precious. That's why I started talking about it in the beginning. If you want to know the value of time, ask somebody with a terminal illness the value of a year. How valuable is a year when you have one left? You want to know the value of a month? Ask a mother in this room who lost a baby prematurely what she would have given for another month. You want to know the value of just a day? Ask somebody in this room who lost somebody that they loved so dearly and what they would give to have one more day with them. Ask them. Time is precious. I just got chills all over my body. Thank you, Lord. Time is precious, and you're wasting it. You're here like that, man. You got 8 years. Some of you got 3 years. Some of you got 2 years. Some of you, it's a flicker that's left. And we don't know how long you've got. And there's a time where you're going to meet that person you were born to be. There's going to be a time where you get introduced to the man or woman you were capable of becoming. You're going to meet them someday. They're there waiting for you. You're either going to get well done, you became them, or not so well done, you did it. And you're going to live the rest of that time wondering why you didn't become that person, wondering why you didn't go for it. My family, when I was growing up, I don't know if any of you had this, we had this living room furniture with like cellophane on it. Any of you have any of that? Yes or no? We weren't allowed to sit on this furniture. You had anybody live in a house like that? It was in my living room. I have no idea why we couldn't sit on it, but evidently we were waiting for a really important time to sit on that furniture. How many of you live like somewhere like that? We never sat on it. We never got around to sitting on that furniture. In fact, it just became outdated and cheesy eventually. Never to be sat on. And that's what most people do with their dreams. They wrap them in cellophane. They put them away for another day, another time, because they think they got forever. They got forever to chase their dream. I got forever to get around. There'll be plenty of opportunities. Let me tell you something. I don't know if this is your first opportunity, but what if it was your last? What if this is the last shot, the last time, the last great thing that's going to happen in your life? Then how precious would it be to me? Because let me tell you what I know about you. You are precious. You are special. You were born for a reason. You're in this room for a reason. Your family's depending on you, even though they don't know it, to win. There are millions of people out there. That father, that mother, I tell you, he's got 4 boys at home. He wants to make them so proud. He wants to be their hero. He wants to win for his family. And he can't. He's in an impossible situation. He's got no hope, no dream, no opportunity, no shot. So yeah, he throws a jersey on, has a couple beers on the weekend, and celebrates other people winning in their life. And we're sitting here quiet, playing small, still proud of 2 arenas. We had 2 arenas last year. We should have 100,000, 200,000, 500,000 people. We got to keep the people grow. This is the greatest opportunity in the world, and we are playing small. In fact, we're a $760 million paying commission startup with hundreds of thousands of recruits, millions of recruits, probably 1 million clients by now, and we're still a startup. We still have a national market penetration of less than 1% nationally in the entire industry. We're a startup. You're a part of a behemoth with backing, with strength, with leadership, with experience. That's a startup. There's no business environment in the world like this. Pay you 6 figures, 7 figures, no capital outlay, change people's lives, work on yourself. The greatest personal development program in the history of the world with the biggest compensation package attached as you grow. The Bible tells us our latter days will be better than the former. It's a promise in the book. And if you keep knocking, he opens those doors. You gotta keep knocking. Eventually there's a door you step through. Eventually there's a door you step into, and it's like a whole new world is all I can tell you. I know when I stepped through mine, I remember thinking, it's hard to recall what it was like before. There's a door waiting for you. You have to keep knocking. I know it sounds like an interesting metaphor, but you have to keep knocking. Keep knocking doors, keep calling people. Because at the end of the day, all you're trying to find is 7 to 10 key people. The WFG battle is not thousands of people. The separator between you and getting financially independent is 7 to 10 key people. I mean, are you telling me over a decade you can't find 7 to 10 key ones? Maybe you got to go through 100, 200, 500, but if you find 7 to 10, we're going to make you fabulously wealthy, in my opinion. And I can tell you, if you find even 3 or 4, we'll make you real comfortable. You got to find those people. You got to keep knocking the door. Every BPM is another knock. Every phone call is another knock. Every person in your ward market is another knock. Every person in the grocery store is another knock. Every parent on your kid's team is another knock. And they look cool. They're in the cool lane. They would lead you to believe they're happy. But if you ask them, forget WFG, what's your dream? What's your vision for your life? They just start stuttering and stammering. Oh, no, Lakers Heat Sunday, man. Like, they don't know. They don't know what their dream is. They're in the cool lane. They're in the barbecue on the weekend lane. They're in the BMW they can't afford lane. They're in the track house that everybody else has. They think they got a great house, except if I went across the street, it's the same exact house, flipped around the same place. That's how you were born? So your neighbor has the same house as you, just different carpet. Really? Talk about average. Who the hell wants to live in the same house as their neighbor? What'd you do with the family? Who gives a crap, right? I was just on a flight. I got a few minutes. I was just on a speaking thing. I had to go to a Levitan's event in Orlando. And I had to go to my agent booked me for a speaking gig the day before in Mountain Home, Arkansas. Because he does not own a globe, probably, right? So I ended up, and I've been blessed. I have a nice jet now, but the thing was getting painted in the interior, Crimea River, right? I remember the days of going to the ATM in complete prayer and meditation that $20 could come out of that thing. I remember making Christiana when we would go to the movies while we were in WFG, while people thought we were doing well, sneak in our sodas into the movie. You guys ever do that? And then right when it starts, you just kind of cough at the same time. Kind of open it so no one knows, right? We did that for years. I remember, because we couldn't afford the movies after a while, we went to the drive-in, and I'm not lying, you can ask her, because you know she calls me out because I lie a lot. This is true. I made her literally sit in the trunk of our car when we went to the drive-thru, and these people thought some very strange predatory man was going to the drive-ins by himself. So I'd go to the drive-in movies with my wife in the trunk, and then we would get out, and then she would sit in the car with me, and we would watch the drive-ins, because you can get like 2 movies for $4. And I went to the Mission Drive-In in Pomona, California, if you ever wonder where I went. I've watched more movies than all of y'all there, trust me. I only paid for one person every time I've gone. Okay, so I remember what those times were like. But anyway, I was on this trip, and I had to speak, and then there was an issue with this plane I was supposed to take, so I had to take a little commuter plane to the real airport. And so, but it was 3 hours in between my flights, and they had tequila at this airport. So there's no table in Mountain Home, Arkansas. By the way, it's the Mountain Home, Arkansas Airport Hair Care and like Tire Center, I think. It's like very small. And but they got this tequila thing there. There's like one dude there, no tables. So for 3 hours, I sipped on some tequila for like 3 hours. I'd have to speak till the next day, feeling pretty good. And then not feeling pretty good. And then we had to get on this plane. I'm going to just describe this situation to you. This plane was about the size of a stick of bubble gum, okay? And I don't like doing this. Do you like getting on planes that have propellers? I don't like that crap. I'm like, hasn't aviation kind of advanced to the point where there should be no propellers on these airplanes? So first thing is, this plane could probably safely seat about 4 people, but we got 9. And the pilot shakes your hand. The pilot follows me on Instagram, so he wants a picture with me. And we take the picture, and I kind of look at the dude, and he's got like, not a very nice looking grill. You know what I mean? Like 6 teeth, 2 of them pretty black. And I don't know what it is. I don't mean to judge people's hygiene at all. I don't mean anything about Arkansas. There's great people here from Arkansas. But don't you want your pilot to have a pretty good looking grill? Doesn't that just, I don't know what it is. Like, I think you ought to have good teeth if you're a pilot. I don't know, right? So I kind of look at him. I've had a couple cocktails. I'm kind of, whoa, man, funk. This dude is funky. This dude's going to fly me. And it's windy, right? Real windy, and we get on, and this plane's really little, and we start the guy next to me is freaked out about this little plane. They gave us this plane to get us because our other plane wasn't working. I think they literally dusted this thing off out of some garage in there. It was like dirty, no one been on that plane for a while. And we take I could feel us on the runway. I'm like, I could run, if I were in a big wheel, I could beat this thing down this runway. In a big wheel. I'm thinking he's going to turn around and go, hey, you guys just start pedaling like Fred Flintstone or something. We get you all doing this. Everybody knew this, we could get off the ground. I'm like, the dude next to me's like, really, man, we're going to be okay, man? I'm like, I don't know. I'm feeling good. I don't give a crap. I don't even give a crap. Doesn't matter to me. I was in that kind of mood. You ever get in that mood like, you just don't give a crap? I'm like, I don't know, man. Oh, yeah. We might not make it. We go, right into the wind, which I don't think you're supposed to do, but and we get up, and we are cruising. You ever been on a plane, though, like, you're pretty sure you're not even moving forward? You ever done that? Seriously. Like, we are not moving here. We're, like, just hovering. And the pilot didn't even shut his door. I could see him in there with his grill and the other dude. And then, like, halfway through, we're going so slow. We literally got passed by a kite, I'm pretty sure. There was a point where he like waved around the gooses like, go around! Woo! right by the plane. We're at half the speed of smell, right? And I'm a little scared, but I'm feeling good. The dude next to me is losing it. This is like a 19-minute flight to the real airport. I could have walked by now with no tequila, right? And we get halfway there, BS you not, we get halfway there, he comes on the MC thing, which by the way, he didn't need to, but he gets on and goes, we lost some oil pressure, we're gonna turn around. I'm like, you can't get 9 miles on this piece of crap. By the way, you didn't need the AV thing, you could have turned around and go, we lost some oil pressure. Right? The dude next to me is like, hey, are we going down? Are we going down? I'm like, I don't know, where are we going? I'm like, probably the scene of the crash, bro. I don't know. What? Really? I'm like, yeah. I bet we beat the paramedics there by like 30 minutes. I'm trying to give him a crap. Seriously. He's looking at me just scared to death, and I'm like, I just wanted to hit something hard because I don't want to limp away from this thing. You know what I'm saying, man? And the thing's like, anyway, we ended up getting back to the airport. Took us literally 45 minutes to get back to the airport, into the way we did, and then I missed my connection flight and blah, 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 blah. Why do I tell you that story? Because we went really slow, right? Like a lot of you are.
Oh, that's rude.
A lot of you on this little propeller thing. You're in the fastest damn jet in the world called WFG, and you're flying like one of these prop planes like you got no grill. You're flying it so slow. Real bumpy. Are we going down? I'm losing pressure, freaked out all the time. Right? That's how you're doing WFG. That's how you're doing it. You need to get in a hurry. You need to get after it. Let me tell you something. Casual people become casualties. Casual people become casualties. You got to get after it. It's got to be faster. You got to be more aggressive. People do business with aggressive people. You got to attack it. You got to get after it. You with me on that? Say yes. Okay? I promise you I'm right about this. You're going too slow. Your pace is too slow. You walk too slow. You're too casual. I see some of you walking around. It takes you too long to get to the arena. Too late to get to the BPM. Not enough phone calls. Late to full-timers meet. You got to do something about you. You got to do something about you before we get out of here. Because if you keep knocking those doors, he's going to open them. Listen to this. Corinthians 16:9. Because a great door, a great opportunity stands wide open for me, but there are many opponents. That's Corinthians. Matthew 7 verse 8. Continue to ask and God will give you. Continue to search and you will find. Continue to knock and the door will open for you.
Amen.
Revelation 3:8. I know all the things you do. I have opened a door for you that no one can close. No one can close.
Say it again.
You think all the time, here's the two things. You think people like me don't get it. You don't know how weak I am, how screwed up I am. I'm not as fired up as all these people. I can't stay focused all the time. In the Bible, the Lord used all kinds of screwy people. I love Peter. I said this before. I love Peter in the Bible. He used bad language. He raised his voice too much. Even denied the Lord used him for great things. Opened a bunch of doors. Built this whole kingdom with a bunch of screwed up people. And we're going to build this whole kingdom here with a bunch of screwed up people. I love that you're screwed up. I love how screwed up you are. Let me tell you something. Crazy people rule the world. You got to look no further than our president for that one, whether you like him or not. Some crazy people rule the damn world. Crazy people. Elon Musk is crazy. Oprah's crazy. Foley's crazy. Story's crazy. Olson's crazy. Zuckerberg's crazy. Obama was crazy. Crazy to think you could be African American, first president of the United States. Funny ass name, right? Hillary was running against you. Hey, Trump's got the same crazy. I'm just telling you, I don't care if you like it or not. He's got the same crazy. Goofy ass hair, orange lip. He got the same. Trump and I probably using the same tanning cream right now. You can take a look at it. I got the same look, right? He's just crazy. Crazy. Putin's totally crazy. Kim Jong-un, he's crazy. Right? So hey, we know you're crazy. You want to rule your world. You want to rule your world. So hey, you got to do something about you. You got to do something about you. How many of you want to meet that person you were born to be? Yes or no? You got to take action now. You got to rise higher now. When people criticize you, you just rise higher. You got increase. You got favor. You got blessing. You got strength. You got confidence. When you get knocked down, you're getting back up. You know you're in a fight, and you are the one. Listen to me. You are the one. You, the one who came here scared to quit. You leaders who have done really well. You're the one. You got to get back up. We got to go to the next level. We got to go to the next level. Where we are is not good enough. WFG is too small. It's way too small. Millions of people are missing from us. Millions of souls are missing from us. They want this hope. That feeling you got right now that lets you know you're in the right place. They want that feeling. They want hope. They want belief. They want teammates. They want a cause. They want a mission. They want a reason in their life. And they deserve to meet the person they were born to be. And at that job, that lady, that's not who she was born to be. That man who wants to make his son so proud of him, that's not what he was born to be. That's not his destiny. Someone's got to go find him. Someone's got to go help him. There's only one company in the world whose industry and scope and reach and magnitude and leadership is big enough to encompass millions of people's dreams. The dream of WFG is so big that it can fit millions of other people's dreams inside this company. Yeah. That's how big the dream is here. And so, we are a company of destiny. We are a company of destiny. And let me say something to you in closing. Your family deserves this. I want you to finish thinking right now for a minute about who you are doing this for. The people. Because we said, what's a dream? Your dream is always other people. Your dream is, you always want to do it for other people. I want you to picture just for a second, has there ever been anybody in your life who's passed away who just saw you as special?
Yeah.
In the story of your life, if we were turning the pages of the book of your life, there's got to be somebody in there who saw you as special, who just saw you as different. You just knew it when you were around. I remember when I was a little boy, I was in 4th grade, little moments of your life. And I'd gone to this new school, they were calling me Eddie Spaghetti, and I was shy and couldn't talk back to them. And I remember I was there for 3 months, no one talked to me. I sat at lunch every day by myself. I sat at the little table, they had all these orange tables, and I would just literally wait for everyone to sit down, and then I would just go sit down and eat my lunch my mom made me alone every day. For months. No one came over, no one said hello, and me just feeling worse and worse and worse about myself. And then one day, we were in class, and a testing company came in. They needed to test somebody in every class. And I could hear her tell Mrs. Smith, I need your brightest and best student. I need your best and brightest student. And they were at the front, but I could see her, because I was always the good dude who had his arms crossed. I didn't talk to anybody else. I always had my arms folded. I was at attention. And so I could hear them. All the other kids were talking, but I could, even though I was in the back, I could hear them. She goes, oh, that's Eddie. You should pick Eddie. He's the little boy in the back. A little one. And right now, it's just hit me. I remember.
It's all right.
I remember her. She said, that's Eddie. And none of the other kids heard her say it, but I did. And I remember thinking, she thinks that about me? She thinks that about me. And the other teacher came over, she says, Mrs. Smith says that you're the smartest one. You need to come with me. Take the test. And we walked out. Walked to the back. And by the way, I'm going to tell you a secret. I've honest to God, I can tell you that I have thought about her pointing at me and saying, that's Eddie, literally millions of times in my life. Literally millions of times in my life. I've had that happen. My first dream was that I was going to be a Major League Baseball player. All my life I wanted to be one. Everyone told me I was going to be one. I was trained to be one. I told everybody I was going to be one. I had no plan B. And that career ended, and my big dreams happened here. My big dreams happen here. But to this day, I regularly have a nightmare. And let me tell you what it is. I regularly have a nightmare. When you miss a big dream in your life, see, I missed one big one. You probably have two. You probably have had a divorce or a setback or something you went for that didn't work and it haunts you. Don't have it. Let me tell you what happens to me in baseball. I have this dream regularly where I know I'm in it because I've had it so many times. Have you ever had a dream like that? Like, I know I'm in this dream again. How many of you have that? Yes or no? I've had this dream. And I could hear this. I'm at the stadium, but I'm outside the stadium. I'm outside the arena, and I can hear them. They're announcing the starting lineup. Starting in center field, number 8, Eddie Mylett. And I I can't get in the stadium. It's all locked. When I go to, there's no doors that will open. And I can hear them. They're announcing me again and again. I can't get in the stadium. Can you imagine the fear that would happen if you were at a baseball game? Like, I can hear my name being called, but they won't let me in the stadium. They won't let me in the door. They won't let me play. And it haunts me. I'm 47 years old. I'm worth millions of dollars. I have a great life. And that dream I missed still haunts me to this day. I have that dream monthly, regularly, over and over. Any of you former athletes or any of your former dreams, you have the dream. I can't get in the stadium. I decided when I got into WFG that I was going to be in the stadium. I decided I was not going to be a fan. I was not going to be some guy in the crowd. I was going to be on the field. I was going to play. I was going to get after it. And the reason I do that, and I want you thinking about this too, is I do it for those faces. Who were the faces that you're doing this for? Picture them. Who was the person when you were little? Maybe they're gone. Right now, if I asked you, look at their face, write their names down. Who are you going to do this for? What's their face look like? Just picture their eyes. These are your reasons. These are your dreams. Who are you doing this for? Is it your mom? Your dad? You saw Dan with Mrs. Charlier up here yesterday? Is it your children? Picture their faces. Picture them. See their precious faces. Those souls that are connected to your soul. Do you see their faces? How much do you love them? How much do you want to make them proud of you? How big of a difference do you want to make in their lives? That's the reason you do this. You got to continue to fight for them. You got to continue to get after it for them. You got to continue to believe you can do it for them. They're your reason. They're your dream. They touch your soul. Part of the dream the Lord sowed into you when He breathed life into you was to do something great for these people that He already knew were going to be a part of your plan. He had a divine plan for you from the beginning. From the very beginning He made you. He knew you'd be in this room right now. He knew I'd be speaking to you. He knew you'd be making decisions right now. He knew I'd say these words to you right now. He gave me these words to say to you right now. And He now faces a decision you do of what you're going to do with these words. You face the decision. You make the choice. Your life's on the line. Their life's on the line. Are you going to be the one? Are you going to rise up? Are you going to evolve into something special? Are you going to step into that next version of you? Are you going to leave here when we hit those doors in a minute? Are you going to leave here a different you, a stronger you, a more faithful you, a more convicted you, a more believing you, a happier you? Can you shift? And by the way, those shifts happen like that. It's just a decision. It's just a decision. It's just a decision. No one knows you made it. You just shift. Boom. You just shift. Boom. You lock in. You're different. No one else needs to know it, but you know it. You could just feel it. You could just feel it. You can feel it. Feel it. And you make that shift. I want to challenge you to do something. I want you to do all the things in your life that you don't want to do as fast as you can.